Our next reader is Henry Goldkamp. He came out here from New Orleans to join us. He helps run a monthly poetry series at Saturn Bar in New Orleans called The Splice, which is awesome and you all should check out. His book, What the Hell is St. Louis Thinking? Shit, I forgot the name of the press that it's on.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. Just Google that and see what comes up. Anyway, please welcome Henry Goldkamp.
Thanks. You guys are a great crowd. Pretty close to the art, but I think it'll be all right. So this project takes a bit of contextualizing. About 3.5 years ago, John Berryman, the modernist poet who was at the height of his powers in the 1960s, came to me in a dream. And he said, Huffy Henry hid the day, unappeasable Henry sulked. And I was like, yeah, I see your point. And and he has a whole series that he ran, and his persona was called Henry, and he came to me in the dream, and he said, he kept going with the poem, and I know the poem really well, and I said, yeah. He's like, well, you know, I was thinking of you when I wrote this. And I said, I had a feeling. And he said, you will be Henry reincarnate. And I said, yeah, definitely. Sure. And he said, it's a dream, so there's a lot of logic to it, It's like, but I need you to go through this house party with all these people and entities in it, and you're gonna have to introduce yourself. And I was like, I think you can do that. That's fine. And so, as soon as I woke up from the dream, I wrote it all down. Dreams are very organized, very important, so I wrote down the whole thing. So I'm going to read all of it for you in 9 minutes, and so it's just really important. So I said, what do I write all these poems with? And it was like, well, he's like, you should do it with a joy button. Anyway, so I said, oh, sure. And so he handed me this. This is a joy buzzer, which is an old gag that a lot of people don't know about. And it's like, you shake your hand and that's right. Thank you. And so this is how it went. Really old, it's very old technology. I think this will be the last I use it. Otherwise, it's too long. So I got to the house party. I said, hi, I'm Henry. Hi, I'm the artist statement. Know any good jokes? I don't really get it. Can you explain it to me? I still don't get it. Can you explain that last part a little bit more? That's really, really, really funny. I said, hi, I'm Henry. Hi, my name's the alarm clock. Some days I wake up and truly can't figure out the difference between poetry and pathologically lying. I said, hi, I'm Henry. And they said, hi, I'm Ars Poetica. And I said, okay. Toy boat. 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 I said, hi, I'm Henry. I said, hello, my name is Clinical Depression, OSHA approved. I have to wear swimmies to the office. Hi, I'm Henry. Hi, I'm Henry. Hello, my name is Modern Medicine. When I watch TV, I have this problem where I think every commercial is for hot dogs. I said, hi, I'm Henry. Hello, my name is Health Insurance Policy. Health, coming from the German for whole. Insurance, coming from the old French for foods. Hi, I'm Henry. My name is Failure. Why are you pronouncing it all French like that? Hi, I'm Henry. Hi, my name is the Moon. I don't believe we've ever been properly introduced. I'm no humdinger, fork and lilacs in my mouth. I do not table with frequency. Loon, they call me. Hi, I'm Henry. Hi, I'm Two Truths and a Lie. Poetry so cringy, poetry so cringy, poetry so cringy. Hi, I'm Henry, and this got a retitle for the venue because I think it really works nice. Hi, I'm Henry. Hello, my name is Yes We Cannibal. Bork in the crowd. Okay, wow, whoo, wow, whoo, you feel that? All right. And then the stage note is breathing in, breathing out. The air, it's inhalable and exhalable. Well, let's try this. All right, you go in and I'll go ouch. All right, on 3, wow, you feel that? Let's switch. You go out, I'll go in. Oh, wow, all right, everybody do it at your own pace. Wow, just bouncing around in here. Isn't that amazing? That's amazing. I don't believe it. A big part of me thinks this is disgusting. Hi, I'm Henry. Hi, my name is a pre-K astrophysicist. Scrubbity is like a bear hug that always gets its way. Hi, I'm Henry. You can tell I had different feelings about this. It's crumpled up and this is a mini play. Hi, I'm Henry. Hello, my name is The Great Debate. And then the dork Nightingale says, the owl is like a word magnet. And then the Hulk Hogan owl says, no, the page is like a word magnet. And then the dork Nightingale is like, no, the air is like a word magnet. And then the Hulk Hogan owl is like, no, the page is like a word magnet. And then the dork Nightingale is like, no, the air is. And then the Hulk Hogan is like, no, page. And then the Hulk Hogan is like, no. And then the neutral groundhog breaks it up. And he's like, hey now, be friends, you're both right, let me show you. And then the stage direction is like, he frisbees a book, but it somehow hovers in place, spinning in a like perpetual motion machine. And then the room, all of you, meaning you guys, subscribe to a general sense of awe. The Hulk Hogan owl, and then the stage direction is flying elbow drops the book back into the ground, then points a finger at the groundhog. I'll fucking kill you, you shitty little meatball. Hi, I'm Henry. Hi, my name's a poet who writes for the page and the page alone. You want to be on the team, but you don't want any game time? Hi, I'm Henry. Hello. My name is Chips on Your Shoulder. Sometimes I do things with like audience participation in New Orleans, but like I don't know Baton Rouge yet, so we can't play this way yet. But you know, invite me back when we can. So here I would do something in a menacing fashion. The clown would duct tape a bag of potato chips to their shoulder, then thrust a tub of French onion dip in the audience's hands, and then chase you around and try and hit my shoulder into it. I've never done it. It sucks. Hi, I'm Henry. Hi, my name is the Clown's Eye. There are no mountains. Hi, I'm Henry. Hi, my name is the Moon. Oh, you again. What are the euphemisms I call it you? No dose glory hole. Grand sliver of soap for the worldwide nursing home. Coarse chat-stained rock. Hi, Henry. Hi, my name is The Poetry. Okay, this is another kind of audience participation. I would have invited one of you to play the game Mercy, where you like interlock fingers and you bend. You guys know that game? You like put interlock fingers and you bend, and then like it would take me 2 seconds and be like, ow, the lack of control I have over you excites me. I'm Mercy. Hi, I'm Henry. Hi, my name is The Poetry. Reading. It's true what they say. You get addicted to the sympathy murmurs. Hi, I'm Henry. Yeah, give it to me. Hi, I'm Henry. Hello, my name is The Poetry. poetry, reading, infographic. If I see two names and a time on a poster, I expect a fight. Hi, I'm Henry. My name is Kerfuffle, and this is another audience participation where I would wear a signboard that says the peace, and then I would put one on that says the peacemaker, but it's like P-I, how do you spell it? P-I-E-C-E, both ways, right? And then we get in a fist fight. It never worked. It's very aggressive. I don't want to do that, so that's why I'm doing it like this. All right, hi, I'm Henry. Hi, my name's a serious question. Yeah, but what if instead words spoke louder than actions? You know what I'm saying? All right, hi, I'm Henry. Hi, my name is the interloper. Craft talk. The line, and like a thing you draw. Right. Hi, I'm Henry. Hi, my name is the Moon. Oh, fuck you. You couldn't write a poem out of a wet paper bag. You don't even have hands. Hi, I'm Henry. Hello, my name is the biggest imagist in the room. This one really, it takes a lot of explaining, I'm sorry, but in this one I would have Ezra Pound come up to me doing like a really good horse impression, like neighing really loudly and snorting and maybe like clomping his like little like horse impression hands while he walks over, and I'd be like, not a bad horse impression, but how's your human? Mine's perfect, check this out. Hi, I'm Henry. Hi, I'm the Moon yet again. You crossed me the type to put a 20 in the laundromat change machine just to taste the sound of a jackpot. Hi, I'm Henry. I'm losing them. Hi, I'm Henry. Hello, my name is Boomer Poetics. When do I get to the point where poetry starts helping my credit score? Hi, I'm Henry. Hello, my name is the Sonneteer. I suffer vertigo, so I'm pretty good myself. For poets in the room. Shit. All right. Hi, I'm Henry. Hi, my name's Sonnet. I like that. Dead horse. 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 Dead horsey. Dead horse. Hi, I'm Henry. Hi, my name is Silent Spring Break. You're supposed to throw your trash in the ocean. Raise awareness. Okay. I'm not going to make it to all 77 Dream songs, but I'll do two more. Hi, I'm Henry. I'm the Technicolor tinted glasses. Hammer space, is where the heart is, where you keep your anvils and dynamite and roller coasters on hand. Okay, hi, I'm Henry. Oh, what's a good ender? The name of the movie in your life, which you're already played by an absolute superstar. Fact or creative nonfiction? Oh, no. I don't know. Yeah, fuck nonfiction people. That's right. All right. Hello. We'll fast forward to the very end because it is time. Hi, I'm Henry. Hello, I'm the Moon. First time I ever saw you, I thought, I heard this one before. Thank you so much.